It's the 100th anniversary of Fatima. Big deal. You hear about it, many, many places. So one of the interesting things that Jesus said through Mary at Fatima to Lucia was this: make my mother known and loved. And Mary goes on to say to Lucia these words: Jesus wishes to establish devotion to my immaculate heart. I promise salvation to those who embrace it. Now, sometimes we super spiritualize devotion. Devotion means to be loyal to, committed to, dedicated to, faithful to. So the idea here is Jesus is saying that as we are all of those things to Our Lady, something very special happens. She takes us, guess to her son, Father Paul Vachon. That's a name I want you to remember, especially the last name, Vachon, because we're going to come back to him a little bit later. In 1694, he established the confraternity of the Holy Rosary, and things started to take shape. And in 1714, the bishop asked that a church be built. Now, unfortunately, when Father Paul Vachon passed away, the faith really passed away with him. So much so that if you can imagine that the red light got extinguished. In other words, no resident priest, and the faith basically died. So we zip forward to 1830, and we go across the pond to France. Mary appears and asks St. Catherine to have this medal made, and of course it's the Immaculate Conception, which hasn't been proclaimed yet, and this is very important for our discussion tonight too, the Immaculate Conception in 1830. So while faith is really waning over here in Three Rivers, suddenly over in France, God's doing something really cool through St. Catherine. Now we get to 1854, and this is in the old shrine at Captain Island, Three Rivers, and in 1854, this particular statue was donated by a parishioner. And 1854 is actually the date when the Immaculate Conception was proclaimed by Pope Pius IX. So in 1854. So that's happening upriver. And here in Ottawa, in 1855 is when St. Patrick's Basilica is actually founded. And that is the mother church of this church. Our church, we're the daughter church of St. Patrick's. So while that's going on in Three Rivers, the faith is still waning, but someone has donated a statue. We've got St. Patrick's Basilica being founded, and that's the year that we went from Bytown to Ottawa. That's when the name changed. In 1864, the Cape gets a new resident pastor, Pastor Luc Disselette. Beautiful holy priest. And for 3 years, things just aren't happening. So much so that in 1867, he goes into the old shrine, waiting to hear confession, and nobody's there. One was there. Believe it or not, a little pig chewing on a rosary. A little pig chewing on a rosary. In 1867, the same year our country was founded, right? We're celebrating 150 years. But 150 years ago, that's what he found. He was so upset. He dropped to his knees, he said, Lord, help me. So what did he do, though? He really recommitted himself to the rosary. And he was telling his parishioners, look at this. People are dropping the rosary, and basically the swine are picking it up. And he recommitted himself, and within 6 years, the church was bursting again after people were praying the rosary. It's just an amazing story. And I don't know about you, when I think about a little pig eating the rosary, and I think about the state of our country right now with everything that's taking place, we can kind of maybe think about that imagery. But that is exactly when God moves in and makes stuff happen. Because the people of God pick up their devotions. The people of God get on their knees and pray. So we get to 1879, and as I said, the church is bursting at the seams. And it's bursting at the seams, and they need to build a new church. They don't have enough room. Now, unfortunately, to build a new church, all the stones are across the St. Lawrence. They can't build a church. So they buy the stones. They got to get them across, but unfortunately, that particular winter, it was a very warm winter. So what did they do on the Feast of St. Joseph? They started praying the rosary. The miracle of the rosary ice bridge took place, and they were able to get all of the stones across. Such an incredible story. So in 1879, Father Luc Disselette said, if this miracle takes place, we will not destroy the old shrine. In fact, what we'll do is we'll dedicate it to Mary, Queen of the Holy Rosary. And we move along to 1888. Blessed Frederick Janssen. He's a Franciscan priest. He had been in the Holy Land, in Jerusalem, but he actually reestablished the Stations of the Cross in Jerusalem. That's a big deal, right? The stations are there because of Blessed Frederick Janssen, a blessed who's almost unknown across our country. And why did he come? Because he was tasked with collecting money to go back to the Holy Land. You know, when we do our collections every Easter, it's Blessed Frederick that founded those collections. So in 1888, Father Luc Disselette has the big celebration. They dedicate the old shrine to Mary, Queen of the Holy Rosary, but he's a little bit disappointed because he was expecting miracles. You know, they had the miracle of the ice bridge. They figured, oh, it's going to be a miracle. No miracle. But at 7 o'clock at night, a parishioner by the name of Mr. Lacroix asked Father Luc Disselette and Blessed Frederick if they could go to the chapel. They go into the chapel, and at 7 o'clock, Mary's eyes miraculously open. It's called the prodigy of the eyes. For 5 to 10 minutes, she just stared. All documented. Just amazing. This is our Canadian heritage and what's happening right here and what has happened here in Canada. In 1904, Pope Pius X crowned Our Lady of the Cape Queen of Canada. It was in 1895, Pope Leo XIII had just crowned Our Lady of Guadalupe. So this is when our parish is founded. In 1913, 4 years before the apparitions. The founder, Father O'Gorman, who's mentioned over on this particular stone, he founded the parish on March 25th, Feast of the Annunciation, and he considered this parish a missionary model. Now we're going to fast forward a number of years to 1945 and 1947. This is Archbishop Vachon. Do we remember Father Paul Vachon? This is a descendant, and now he's the Archbishop of our diocese. So in 1945, the war has just ended, and Archbishop Vachon has the privilege of celebrating a pontifical mass at Our Lady of Guadalupe, the Marian Congress that was taking place there. And if you can imagine, he's there celebrating Mass. Our Lady of Guadalupe, he says, was smiling back at him, and it was at that moment that he made the decision to hold the 1947 Marian Congress just blocks from here, while seeing Our Lady of Guadalupe. So in 1947, that's what took place. It's almost forgotten. Many people don't know that there was this huge Marian Congress that took place there. Now the video, you'll be able to watch it online at CatholicinCanada.com. This will give you an idea of the magnitude of what took place in 1947.
The crowning act of the 1947 Marian Congress was the consecration of the Dominion of Canada to Mary, the Mother of God. Crowning act, these are the words Venerable Pope Pius XII used to describe this Canadian Marian milestone. It recalls the words of Jesus to Lucia through Our Lady of Fatima. Jesus wishes to make use of you, to make me known and loved. He wants to establish in the world devotion to my Immaculate Heart. To whoever embraces this devotion, I promise salvation. The Marian Congress, held in the nation's capital just 2 years after the Second World War, the war Our Lady of Fatima warned of should we not stop offending God, had but one choice for her queen, Our Lady of the Cape, crowned as the Queen of Canada in 1904 by Pope Pius X. Our Lady of the Cape, fashioned after Our Lady's image of the miraculous medal, who is the Immaculate Conception, inspiring the prayer, O Mary, conceived without sin, pray for us who have recourse to thee. Our Lady of the Cape, declared the Queen of the Most Holy Rosary by Father de Salette, following the 1879 miracle of the Rosary Ice Bridge over the St. Lawrence. Our Lady of the Cape, whose miracle of the eyes in 1888 was witnessed by Blessed Frederick Janssen, the Franciscan priest who re-established the practice of praying the way of the cross in the streets of Jerusalem, and the first pilgrim director of the shrine in Three Rivers, Quebec, and who was beatified by St. John Paul the Great. It is under her patronage that all Canadians are invited to celebrate the 70th anniversary of the historic Marian Congress, taking place in June of 2017, to recall the Congress that was the occasion for an exceptional reunion of ecclesiastical dignitaries belonging to all parts of the world, inspiring such testimonies as that of the Bishop of Lyon, who later wrote, "It will not be possible from now on to evoke celebrations in honor of the Blessed Virgin in any part of Christendom without recalling the name of Ottawa." Such was the impact on the world of this gathering. All Canadians are invited to entrust themselves to the Immaculate Heart of Mary, as requested by Jesus through Our Lady of Fatima, and to participate in a novena for the healing of Canada, leading up to the 150th anniversary of the birth of our nation. Visit CatholicInCanada.com to view the 1947 20-minute documentary and celebration option details. Our Lady of the Cape, Queen of Canada, pray for us.